Hey everyone, it is Les and Elisa with Sunday Reflections, and we're coming to you from someplace different today. We are up Logan Canyon, and you might hear some of the traffic going by on Highway 89 as people are coming back from Bear Lake. And
Going to Bear Lake.
Going to Bear Lake.
Earlier in the day, so.
We've been camping up here since Thursday, and it's kind of a Father's Day getaway for us. You know, it's made me think about my early camping trips. When I was a kid, I remember as a family we'd always go to. Well, not always. I remember a couple of times going to Box Creek Reservoir. It's down in the Fish Lake area, above Casherm, Grass Valley, up towards the Cove Mound and Monroe Mountain. And I remember being up there and just as a kid, I don't know how old I was, 6, 7, 8 maybe, and I just remember being how impressed with my dad, because my dad could do anything. He could figure everything out. You know, he knew how to set up the tents and knew how to build a fire and chop wood and you know, as a boy, I thought, wow, that's pretty.
It's pretty cool.
It was pretty cool, yeah. You know, and I really enjoyed those memories. And we had deer hunt memories up on Joseph Mountain. And I remember having some of those same things. That was really cool because Dad knew where to go. Dad knew how to drive in the snow. You know, Dad knew how to climb up the hill. And Dad knew how to walk through the trees looking for deer. Though we never found a deer till I was 16, you know. But those memories, large part, are connected with my dad. You know, all those memories when I was younger, they were really good memories. You know, you had a lot of camping. What kind of camping memories?
Yeah, well, the one I think, what I think of actually the most right now is my dad was definitely a scouter. He took the scouts camping a lot of adventures. And us girls, because he had 3 girls first, and us girls felt left out because he was taking the scouts on all these adventures. And so my dad actually put together what he called the Woodsy Owl Patrol. And so he organized us girls and some girls in the neighborhood. He called us the Woodsy Owl Patrol. We even had our little patrol flag that we made. And he would take us, not on campouts, but he definitely took us on some day hikes. We packed our lunches, you know, he took us on some day hikes and tried to do some things that he would have done with the scouts, sing songs with us, or, you know, do some crafts maybe, or just see what we could find in nature. I don't remember the details of what we did then, but you know, Woodsy Owl Patrol. And, you know, our family, we tried to go camping. It wasn't always successful. We did buy a tent trailer, probably went out a couple times, but we did go on some day trips, and that was the most fun. We went on some day trips, some that didn't work out so well either. We had one of those big old vans.
The Budmobile.
We called it the Budmobile. It was blue.
Because your dad's name was Bud.
Yes. Because my dad thought it could go anywhere. Thought it was an all-terrain vehicle. And we got stuck too many times, but anyway. But there's some good memories of some outdoor adventures with my dad too. So.
Well, I remember growing up, you know, and starting to discover, well, my dad wasn't always a strong dad. He couldn't always figure things out. In fact, you know, my dad actually had a lot of flaws. You know, he was an alcoholic. He had a bad temper, and my dad made a lot of mistakes, you know, throughout his life. And I remember a time when I could only see the flaws of my dad. I only saw the broken parts. When I was younger, I'd see all the good parts, the perfect parts. And then there was a time period, I don't know when this was, probably my young teenage years, I could only see the broken. And I guess maybe every child goes through that journey. Some, they see all the good, and maybe they see all the bad. Well, somewhere along that journey, for me, I started to discover, that every person that my dad had both. My dad had his flaws, and he had his good parts. And I really learned how to love my dad, even in his brokenness, even with his flaws and mistakes. And I know, at least for he and I, that really helped us to have a very rich relationship through life. But we had to work really hard at it.
Yeah.
We both had to work really hard.
Yeah. And my dad was flawed too. My dad is afflicted with schizophrenia, but we didn't know that until we were newly married. So it was when we were newly married that we discovered what that was. But I know that it affected him and affected our growing up. And there's just some things that just didn't seem right about my dad. And, he couldn't love us in the way that we would like or need. And so dads do have flaws. Dads have imperfectness about them.
And those could be really hard.
Yes. Yeah. I find myself still struggling with schizophrenia and the effects that had. And my dad's had passed away for about 6 years now.
Yeah.
It's still something I work on, but yeah, I love him too. I love him dearly, and I'm grateful for the things that I learned from him. He was a master of family history and so much loved learning about the people of the past, and he taught me so much about that, and he left us with a legacy of so many books that he wrote.
Yeah.
He put together so many histories of people, so he left us a great legacy in that way, and I'm grateful for that.
I think, where we're talking about fathers, I think every father's going to leave a great legacy. Mm-hmm. My dad's legacy was different than your dad. My dad had very few written words in his life, very few letters, but those letters that I have or I've seen, they're cherished, because I see his penmanship and the way he wrote, mostly in all caps, but I see some of his soul, this journey of fatherhood is one that I've been on as well. Mm-hmm. I remember being a young, brand new father, Christmas Eve, bringing home my very first son, and all the excitement and of being a new dad, and how I remember vowing that I would always be a good dad. That I'd never be angry or upset, or, I'd never make any of the mistakes my dad did. Well, it didn't take long before I realized, I was going to make mistakes, and I had flaws as a dad. And, and that journey of being a dad, it's been tough at times. Mm-hmm. I've had my own struggles. I've had my own journey, and it's had an impact on our family, just like the journey my dad went on, the journey your dad on, has had impact on their families. And that is part of that. That's part of the journey of life, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, we're all on a journey of some sort. We really are. And we try to learn to give grace and love to those who are going on their journeys, but some people's journeys do very much affect ours. And there's, a lot to sort through with that. And that's okay. Yeah. That's okay. Helps us to learn and grow. Helps us to be the people that we are.
There's been times as I've gone through my journey that I wondered if I would really lose my family because of mistakes. That I would lose the love of my children, because I didn't know if I could truly be worthy of love. And that journey of learning how to love myself and how to forgive myself has also helped me learn how to receive love more deeply from you and from our children, and to be part of also a journey of hope and healing and love, rather than seeing just my own flaws. To be able to see my strengths as well as my flaws, and my flaws to get better, you know. And I'm really grateful as a father for, you know, the love that you've given and love that I've received from my kids.
Yeah, we have a lot of love in our home. They face some challenges and struggles, but we've always had a lot of love. And well, some of that love was developed because of our camping trips. One of the greatest things we did was take our kids camping. It was a time away from our home to work together, but also play together, have fun together. Some of the visits we had around a campfire are some of the best we've ever had. And memories of our kids just playing together, finding sticks, you know, finding trails, and you know, just playing however kids do through nature are just rewarding experiences. And we don't have kids running around on our campsite anymore, but we still love going camping because camping means a lot.
Yep.
It gets us out, gets us away, rejuvenates. It's a wonderful thing. It helps build that love.
Yes,
it really
it
does.
Yeah, it does. Those bonding times, those connecting times, those times away from the norm. By today's age, a time away from electronics, to just do something different. It's been really incredible, and we've enjoyed that this weekend.
Yeah, we've done some hiking, some trail riding in the truck. Anyway, I find some beautiful yellow wildflowers and old Ephraim's grave.
Went to see old Ephraim. If you don't know who old Ephraim is, look it up. We spent some time in his territory. So, well, our friends, on this beautiful Sabbath day, as we share kind of a little bit of a different Sunday reflections with you, in honoring the flaws of fatherhood. We hope as you look at the fathers in your life, and particularly if you are a father yourself, that you find ways to honor your own flaws and honor the flaws in the fathers that have an impact in your life. Whether it's your own biological father, adopted fathers, father figures, father-in-laws, great, wonderful father-in-law relationship with your dad. Find a way, in your own way, to honor the flaws of fatherhood and enjoy this beautiful Sunday Father's Day. So, from Les and Elisa, from Logan Canyon in beautiful northern Utah, we love you and hope you have a wonderful Sunday.
Goodbye.